Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Star Wars The Force Awakens ArtFX Plus First Order Stormtroopers from Kotobukiya. That's right, it's our first set of ArtFX Plus statues from Kotobukiya based on the upcoming Episode 7 film. So let's check out these brand new Stormtroopers. As you can see, they come in the same style boxed packaging we've seen for all of Kotobukiya's other Star Wars ArtFX Plus statues. It's an all-black box with the Star Wars logo and an image of the troopers right there on the front. And if you rotate that around to the backside, we also get several smaller images showing the different ways that you can display these statues. So if you're at all familiar with Kotobukiya's other ArtFX Plus Star Wars statues, specifically the other troopers they've done, then you know what to expect when you open this box. There are a ton of pieces here, and the reason for that is because we have two troopers that have many different posing options that we can come to by swapping out all of the parts. There's a sheet of instructions included that help guide you through the process, but I'm also going to show you how to put one together here. And with all those pieces, you can see that we have 4 different sets of legs, 5 different pairs of arms, and 4 different blasters in 2 styles. So there are a lot of different options. So let's go and start by putting one of our troopers together here. Right out of the box, you'll notice that the torso piece and the head is a solid piece, also with some minimal articulation, which is really nice. You can see the head and the torso have the ability to kind of roll around on ball joints, so that's pretty cool, and that's going to help for some different posing to match up with all of the different legs and stuff we can put on. So here we go. The legs are on a peg system, and there's only one way you can assemble them, so obviously you won't be able to swap the legs by mistake. And when you put them on the first time, they're going to be very tight, so it's a very solid hold, which is good, because that means they lock in place really good, and will be nice and sturdy when assembled. So we got our legs attached. Now we're going to go ahead and put our arms on, and I'm starting off with a specific style, and then I'll go ahead and swap the different parts out too, so you guys can see the different ways we can display them. So there we go. We're going to get our arms assembled just like so. You can see they attach to the ball joints very nicely. And I always love the way that Kotobukiya is able to make them fit so well with the sculpting that you can't really tell where we've attached the pieces. I think it works really well with the way that their armor fits and everything. So you can see I got this one kind of standing ready to use as blaster. So we're going to go ahead and put one of the blasters in his hand. And as you can see, we have 4 blasters, as I mentioned, in 2 different styles. We've got the shorter, more classic Stormtrooper style blaster, and then we've got a larger blaster rifle as well. And they're very nicely decoed, and I love this. Look at this. You got a little articulation point in the front, so you can actually lower this little front handle down, which is pretty sweet. I thought that was a really nice touch. But we're going to go ahead and put this in his hand just like so. And you can also rotate the head around and the torso if you want to get the ideal way to display him. And check that out. Now we've got ourselves a First Order Stormtrooper aiming his blaster. How cool is that? One more thing to look at before we get into the details here. Both statues in the set comes with these square black magnetic bases. Very familiar to you if you've already picked up any of Kotobukiya's other ArtFX Plus statues. But the way these work, there are embedded magnets in the bottom of the feet of the statues. And instead of utilizing a peg system, they will then just cling to these bases just like so. That way you can stand them anywhere you want to on these bases. So if you bring both statues in, you can see they do have their own bases, so you can put them on their own. But the reason that that's so cool with the no pegs, the magnetic feet, is that you can have them kind of cross over on the bases if you want to. That way if you're going to build a whole army of these, you can really set these up on your shelf, standing however you feel is best. Alright, so now that we've got our Stormtroopers all assembled, let's go ahead and take a look at the details on these. So like all the other ArtFX Plus statues, they are in the 1/10 scale, which puts them right at 7 inches tall. Now the sculpt and the detailing on these are what are always fantastic. Kotobukiya does a great job of just paying attention to all the little details and giving us really great representations of these characters in statue form to display on our shelves. And they've done just an awesome job capturing the look of the brand new First Order Stormtrooper armor. Just look at this. Let's go ahead and look down the details here. One of the things that I love that they always have done so well with their Star Wars statues is the looks of the armor itself, because it's got this really nice kind of slight gloss to it that gives it a little bit of a shine, whereas the black outfit that they're wearing underneath the armor is much more flat, so it really makes the armor pieces stand out and look like actual armor bits. You notice great little details too, like on the right side there, right thigh, they've got the smaller pistol attached to their side. It's non-removable. This is actually part of the sculpt, but it's present on all of the leg molds that are in this set, so that is pretty sweet. We've got all the details coming up to the belt going around the waist. You can see little pouches and everything hanging off the belt. You got kind of that classic Stormtrooper look here. I love just the way that this armor looks very classic Stormtrooper from original trilogy, but still looks a little more sleek and a little more updated. And Kotobukiya has captured it really, really nicely. Got the black designs here kind of on the front of the armor, but still has that really nice bright white look. Again, nice gloss to it. You can see all the little pieces around the black circle on the back. And then, of course, we've got that awesome new helmet, which has that very sleek design. Again, has a very classic Stormtrooper look, but, you know, still updated, still a little bit different. And you can see that the black used for the visor is a slightly different black than what is used on all the rest of it, which is nice. It gives it a much more realistic visor look, since this is the part of the helmet that they're seeing through, obviously, so it's not made of the same material. So I think that, little things like that, are just great attention to detail that Kotobukiya really puts into their statues. And then again, we got that blaster, which we took a look at just a bit ago. This is the larger rifle piece, and you can see fits great in his hands, has that really great white and black color motif, just like the rest of the statue, with some nice metallic silvers on there as well. So overall, they are just really, really beautiful pieces. And they do a great job of looking just like these guys have looked so far in all the trailers and all of the footage that we've seen from the upcoming movie. I love them. Great representations of the characters in plastic form. And you can see they look fantastic when standing them next to each other. I talked about all of those different interchangeable pieces. So we have 4 sets of legs. 2 sets are more of like this standing straight up, so this is great for your kind of standing at attention pose, which we've got here, and we can do that with both of our troopers holding either one of the blasters. You'll notice that all of the hands are sized so that they'll hold either the shorter blaster or the larger rifle blaster, so it works for both arms there, for both blasters, which looks really good. So we can do kind of like these standing at attention poses, but you can also swap out legs that are in more of kind of like a lunging pose or more of a battle action pose, and that's going to be really great for firing at your good guys there, you know. So if you got poses of them charging into battle, using their blasters there, of course you can use that in combination with the minimal articulation, where the torso can turn as well as the heads can turn. So that's very nice, and that's going to help quite a bit with differing up all of the different stances. We even have some different poses with the arms where they can hold the blasters up at their sides. We've got the awesome pointing pose, which I've always loved with the Kotobukiya statues, so that way we can kind of get it where he's maybe commanding some orders or something like that. But they look really great. There's lots of different ways you can mix and match these parts to come up with your desired way to display these statues. And the reason that is so great is that if you plan on buying multiple sets, you can build out a whole army for your shelf, and you can have them either all standing exactly the same way, maybe at attention, or you can set up a little battle scene and have them all slightly different. I think that is very cool about these. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Just for fun, let's go ahead and stand this new Kotobukiya ArtFX Plus Stormtrooper alongside Hasbro's Black Series 6-inch action figure, just so you can see the two side by side. The Hasbro one, of course, is on the right. You can see it's a little bit of a smaller scale, since the Kotobukiya one is standing at 7 inches tall. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Star Wars The Force Awakens ArtFX Plus First Order Stormtroopers from Kotobukiya. I've long loved the ArtFX Plus line of Star Wars statues, and I've especially loved all of the troopers that they do. Kotobukiya is amazing when it comes to army building, and now we've got a chance to add these brand new Stormtroopers as an army on our display shelves. So special thanks to Kotobukiya for sending these along so we can get a look at them before they're released. Be sure to check them out online at www.kotous.com and give them a like on Facebook at facebook.com/Kotobukiya to stay up to date with all of their products. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe so you never miss out on one of my reviews. Until next time, my friends.